Hey guys, Glenn Twiddle here. I wanted to have a chat to you about, this is inspired really on a web training this morning. We were talking about why real estate agents do and don't do things. Chris Gilmore and I were on a discussion and we were talking with a bunch of students online about, what gets in the way of people's success. And, Chris kind of thought it's probably us. We know what to do. We're the one industry that knows exactly, and I don't even mean in many cases, I don't even mean kinda. I mean, most of us know exactly how to earn hundreds of thousands of dollars more than we're already earning, and yet we don't do it. See, someone who works at McDonald's or at Woolies or whatever, they can be forgiven because they don't know how a doctor earns $500,000. They don't know how to earn $500,000 a year or whatever. But most of us do because we've got so many generous people like a Matt Steinway or a John McGrath or Chris Gilmore or any of most people who earn really good money aren't shy about telling you exactly what to do to get it, and yet we don't do it. So we were sort of thinking about this exercise, and I wanted you to maybe run through this exercise for yourself. Is how much do you want to earn? Like, what's your dream goal for this industry? So you didn't get into this industry because you love rejection and all the fun, all the stuff that happens in real estate. Making a call and getting rejected, and we could talk about. We want to not do cold calls anyway, but we won't talk about that today. But you wouldn't do this job for the fun of it, for the most part. There's a few, exceptions, but most people wouldn't do this job for the enjoyment of doing the job. Most people do it because it's well paid, and there's the opportunity. One of my clients on Facebook recently said, I don't know who it was, but he said, actually I do know, it was Daniel Hayes from down at Hayes Winkle. He said, I've got a 10th grade education and I earn more than a brain surgeon. And, he's right, that this is the only industry where a 1 or 2 week course, you can earn as much as a brain surgeon. So what I want you to do is this exercise. Think about your number. Okay, so how much you want to earn. So say that's, for argument's sake, I don't know, $300,000 that you would like to earn, $300,000 a year. That's about the amount, by the way, that our Prime Minister earns. So put this into perspective. A 1 week training course, we've got the opportunity to earn, really, quite legitimately, you can earn $300,000. Everyone could earn that, should they choose to do certain things in a certain way. So why don't people? Why is the average less than $70,000 a year in this industry? And so first thing you've got to do is take your number, say 300,000, whatever it is for you though, you think of your number, and then think to yourself, is it possible for someone to earn that number? Do you know someone who's earning that amount or more? And the answer should be yes. Now, if the answer is no, that it's not possible, then you've really got to work on your mindset because, of course, 300,000 is possible. 500,000. One of my clients, Tom Carlin, does $2 million. He's 25 years old. Chris Gilmore does $1 million. Michael Spillane does $1 million. Matt Steinway, this month, it seems, is on track for $400,000. So anything's possible in this business because these guys did it not because they're geniuses, even though they are. These guys are phenomenal. I love them. But they'll self-admittedly, each one of them has said it's not because there's anything special about them. It's because they've done certain things in a certain way that other people just choose not to do. So what's your number? Say it's 300,000. Think about this. If I was paying you $6,000 a week, $6,000, I want you to really think about what $6,000 is. $6,000 per week. What would you expect you to do if I had you on a waged position salary, $300,000 per year, $6,000 per week? I would want you up at 4 a.m. I would want you working until your KPIs were hit. I wouldn't want to ever hear from you, oh, Glenn, I'm feeling a bit crook today. I don't care. I'm paying you $300,000 a year. You go out sick and you do what you're paid to do. Which is study your scripts and dialogues. Go and close. Go down and see Chris Gilmore and explain to him why for, $60,000 per year that he should engage Glenn Twiddle as his coach. Because my top level clients are on $5,000 a month. And, and of course there's lesser levels than that. Not everyone's paying me $5,000 a month. But, that would be your job. If you worked for me for $300,000 a year, you'd be worth it. But that's what I would make you do. You'd have to go and practice your role play. You'd have to practice your script. You'd have to be so good that when you go and present to Chris Gilmore and share with him why you're worth the money that I'm about to charge him, why I'm worth the money that he's about to pay, you've got to have a pretty good sales presentation. So I don't want to hear from you, oh, I'm going to see Chris Gilmore today, Glenn, and I haven't practiced. I'm going to go practice on Chris. The hell you are. You aren't going anywhere near Chris until you are a surgeon, until you are an assassin with your presentation. I'm not letting you anywhere near him. And so here's the thing. If I was your employer, that is the sort of instructions I would give you. I would make sure you were brutally skilled. I would make sure you worked hard, and I would pay you extraordinarily well. Now here's the thing in real estate. You're self-employed as a listing and selling real estate agent. So you're both the employer and the employee. So why is it that as the employer, you let yourself, the employee, off by practicing on clients, by not role-playing your listing presentation and getting the job done? Why do you let yourself do it? Here's one of two things. Either you're not so flash as an employer, or you're not so flash as an employee. It's a harsh reality, and one of those things must be true if you're not yet earning your $300,000 a year or whatever the case may be. If you're not yet earning that, one of those two things must be true. Now, if you're not a good employee, what that means is you know exactly what to do in order to earn $300,000 a year. Exactly. And you're just not doing it. So you've been provided with the systems, provided with the training, provided with what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and all that stuff, and you just don't do it. Right? That would be a poor employee. If you're a poor employer, it means you're working hard, you're trying, you're doing your best, but you're just not getting traction. That's because as an employer, you're not training your employee to do the right things. You know, the employer part of you hasn't invested in the coaches, invested in the mentors, invested in the systems, the home study courses. For me, that was 5,000 hours and countless hundreds of thousands of dollars flying around the world, going to find the best of the best mentors on this planet and investing in them. That was me being a good employer. As a self-employed person, that was me finding out what to do and how to do it. So one of those two things must be true. So I would suggest that if you want to earn your $300,000, first you need to believe that it's possible. You need to know that it's possible for you by doing certain things. You need to decide, am I going to be a better employer? Am I going to be a better employee? And taking steps and taking steps to make those shifts that need to be made. I know this is a harsh wake-up call and a harsh reality call, guys, but there are people with less experience than you making double and triple the money that you are. So I really hope that this has maybe been, a little bit interesting. It's a little bit different for me. Normally I'm talking about crazy ideas about marketing and things. This is a little more deep, that you've got to look yourself in the mirror, and if you're doing really, really well, I suggest you congratulate that person in the mirror because it's their fault. It's not your coach's fault. If you're a client of mine, it's not me that did it. I didn't get out there and make the calls with you. I didn't do the marketing with you. I didn't do the videos with you. I didn't follow up with you. I didn't do any of that. I just shared with you what to do, like a coach is supposed to do. Whether you're with any of the other great coaches in this country, Michael Shigols, Lee Woolwood, Mark Dwight, all those guys who I've studied with and alongside, I love all of them. They don't get the credit either. You do. So pat yourself on the back if you're doing really well. And if you're in that I need to improve stage, you need to look yourself in the eye, put a tear in your eye if that's what it has to be. And I don't mean put it there. I mean look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm better than this. And then make it happen. Pretend that someone is paying you a wage commensurate with what it is that you want to earn, because truly this industry is. And if you don't really truly believe that this industry will pay you, see, why is it that you would do all those things if someone had you on wages for 300 grand, but you won't do it with you? Is it because you don't really believe that you're going to make it? Well, I know there are people not as smart as you, not as hardworking as you, not as, good as you in so many ways. There are people with less potential than you that are doing better than you because they are just simply ignoring that little voice and saying, I'll just go on faith. I know this is going to happen because I've seen evidence after evidence after evidence of other people doing it. And you can too. So I hope that's been of some interest to you guys. I'm going to sign off. I've got a boardroom full of people about to turn up over here in WA. So I hope that's been interesting for you. Glenn Twiddle signing off for now. Hope that's been interesting. Pop a comment somewhere on Facebook or down below this video or something if you've got any comments to make. Glenn Twiddle signing off. See you soon.